Hi there, I'm Wendy from So Wendyful and I bring you snippets from my stitchery. Well, today I'm cracking right into it. Foundation paper piecing or diamonds in the square without foundation paper piecing. I know exactly which ones I'm choosing. I am doing the Alice Caroline 100 block sampler quilt. As you'll see from my blocks behind me, I'm about 3/4 of the way through and I'm just 5 blocks into a section on diamond in a square and having mostly an okay time. I wouldn't say it was the most thrilling of blocks that I have ever done in my life, but you know, I've carried on. But after about 5 blocks of losing points and making a terrible hash up of everything, I was dreading doing the border. 100 diamonds in the square that are 3.5 inches square. So what was I going to do? I'm going to spend days probably trying to get them, get the points right and get them all looking nice. So I just did my YouTube research, as probably how you've come here, and what came up was foundation paper piecing. It is a total game changer when we're doing this border. I have managed to do 20 without chopping off points, and I just love to show you how to do it. This is the way I do things. Other people may have different methods of doing it. If you like what you see, please like it and do subscribe so you can see some more. I will be going through a few more techniques that I've learnt through this quilt, and I hope they will be of use to you. So I'll take you in closer to the blocks that I was talking about, and you can see what I mean. I mean, if you've done some of these blocks, you know what I'm talking about if you're a novice quilter like me. So, I mean, yeah, we have to define what is perfect, don't we? But, you know, look, that was chopped off. That's a little bit chopped off. That's a little bit chopped off. That one is fine. I'm pretty sure that one was fine. I tried so hard to get this right, but look at that. And I'm really disappointed because it's such a beautiful fabric. And it took me a few goes to do that. This one's good. And there's another choppy off one there. So this is my 3.5 inch block for the border that I'm doing. It is the diamond is 3 and then quarter all the way around for the seam allowance. Now I have cut my background fabric pretty much the same size as that. I could probably go less, but I've decided for now I'm going to cut it same width. Now for each of the triangles, 4 triangles I need to make those points, I've cut like about a third off. I've folded this in half like so, and just trimmed a little bit off there. So that's making me some a fair amount of excess, but just for the moment while I'm still trying to tackle these things, I don't mind. Okay, I've got my foundation paper piece with the 3-inch diamond and room for 1/4 inch seam allowance either side. I've got my background because the diamond in these are white, and I have the corners all cut out, triangles. This is a beautiful Elysian day. I've got this in 2 colorways. I've got this sort of bright light blue and a more navy, but I like the bright one. Okay, so we're going to prepare our paper first. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this little serrator thingy, and can't be helped, can it? Okay, so we're going to score from end to end along here. That makes it easy to fold up because that's how we get everything lined up. So there, and then that will fold up like so, nice and neatly. We do all right from edge to edge. Sometimes you might want to do 2 if you go off the line a little bit. Excuse me. It's rather annoying doing this, and you make weird sort of noises and you've got to go and edit them out. Well, this is probably about the 5th time I've tried to do this, and I'll probably edit out these comments. Right, so that's all looking fine. All right, now we get ourselves into a little bit of a process here. We're going to put right sides up, and because this is very hard to tell which is the right and which is the wrong, it's actually been very useful as a background fabric. Okay, so we'll line it up here, and we're just going to hold it, because this is our stitching line along here, and you see that that piece is really, of scrap is really rather big. That's our first stitching line, so we're just going to pin that here, just to hold it steady, straighten it out, don't stretch it too much. Okay, so now we're going to get ourselves into yeah, a bit of a rhythm here. So we fold. Now we need to make this, we need to trim this up for a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Got this magic ruler that just slots in here and gives me a beautiful 1/4 inch edge. I'm going to move it into the middle a bit. Hit that. Right, that's done. So trim it up. Next step, line it up, fold it back up. Now you've seen I've done right sides to right sides, and then move this along a wee bit, and then we're stitching. So I always like to do a back stitch here, and just go back, and I've set my stitch length at 170 to give a very tight stitch. So we're just going right along that pencil line, or that line, that marked line there. Back tack again, because these edges do get a bit of pressure on them. Okay, so we have marked it, we have marked it, we have trimmed it, we have folded it, we have stitched it, and now we'll turn it over and see what our seam looks like. And that looks fine. It's covering over. Now we just did this little press here. Now we take out our pin, and it's rinse and repeat. So we fold it down on that line. We get our 1/4 inch seam. So fold it, trim it, right sides to right sides, line it up, fold the paper back up, and stitch along. That looks pretty good. Look at that. Okay, I've ironed it now, and I'm just going to tear the paper out. So now I'm using this 3.5 inch ruler. Okay, because it's got lines and it's really good for cutting accurately. Now, you might not be able to see this, but there is a faint white line down there. I don't know why they didn't do it in black. So I line my points up there, and then I can line my points on either side up there, and we can see that there's a good 1/4 inch there, there's a good 1/4 inch there, and there, and there. Okay, checking it again. So here we go. There. Just take your time doing this, because sometimes I've started off with a really good seam allowance and then I have chopped too much off. Now this is magic board. I love this board. You don't even have juked it. Shows you I'm a real amateur. Notice actually that point over there is, this one's quite hard to see because it's blending with the fabric. Move you there. Okay, I'm happy with that. Looks like that bottom seam is out a little bit, but I will not worry too much about that. Is that too much? Oh, I'll just trim this bit up over here. Okay. Oh my goodness me, I think we've done. Look at that. Look at that. See? I mean, I was doing it a bit slowly to show you step by step, but it didn't take that long, did it? And this is my 1/4 inch check. Quarter, a good quarter, a good quarter, and a good quarter. I'm not worried if it's a little bit too big. It's far better to be a little bit too big than a little bit too small. I hope that's given you some food for thought. Okay, so I've put that block up on my little mini design wall, or actually it's design board. I'm going to have to get a bigger one, aren't I? Because I've done 24. Some are totally complete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some I've only done a few of. But that's good variety. Just pick it up and do it every now and again. Now, if you like what you see, just please like. Please share it with someone else who's doing the Alice Caroline sampler quilt. So it's Alice's Wonderland is the name of the quilt. And do subscribe if you want to see more in this series. I'm going to make a series of it. So I will go through some of the blocks I've done, and some of them have been challenging and some of them have been an absolute pleasure to make. But overall, I've learned so much.